Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Thank you all for joining me. Come on in. Come on in. I got a quick message for you all. Quick message. Come on in. Join me. And I'm going to wait for someone to come in. At least one person. Just say hello. Let me know you're there. Come on in. Come on in. So the message today is, I don't want to wait too long. It's time to switch it up, right? When I have these messages and these inspirational messages, motivational messages, I talk to myself as well. When I talk, I be encouraging myself as well. It's time to switch it up. It's time to do things a little bit different. I'm not one of those people that say, God said this, God said that. No, it's inspirational message. Just some advice and some encouragement, some motivation. It's time to switch it up. It is time to switch it up, even for myself. But I don't want to make this about me, right? I need to just take my own advice. So we can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, right? If we see something is not working, it's time to switch it up, right? If we see that, I was told, growing up, look, I was told growing up, or not really just told, how you just hear things in passing, never go the same way home every day, never be so predictable. And a lot of us are very predictable. We have people that study us. You have an enemy that studies you. And you're so predictable, you tend to do the same thing the same way every day. You have a routine that the enemy is studying, right? So you have to switch that up, right? You have to not be so predictable. Because you have people that watch you. You have people that study you. You have people that envy you, and they watch everything you do. They know your triggers. They know, that you're unhealed. They know they know how to provoke you. They know what to say. They know what to do. Right? And you don't want to be predictable. You don't want somebody to always know how you're going to react to certain things. You don't want everyone to always know your next move. Or if they move this piece, they know you're going to go to the right. Or if they move that piece, they know you're going to go to the left. And this could be in anything. It's time to switch it up in anything. Your relationships, your business, how you, deal with your children, how you, raise your children, how you go about creating friendships, how you just switch it up. It's time to change. Your hairdo, change that hairdo. That hairdo is tired of you. Change it up. Switch it up. Change that bob. Put some, do something else. Right? Switch it up a little. Right? You don't want to be so predictable. You don't want people to study you so well that they know exactly what you're going to do every time, every day. They know the foods you eat because you don't try new foods. They know how you're going to show up for them because you've been doing it the same way all the time. Regardless of what they do to you, they know you're going to be that one to show up. They can be treating you like trash. And they so confident that you are going to show up regardless of how they treat you. They know you're going to be there for them. And that's not a good thing, to always be showing up for people who treat you like trash. That is not good. That is not healthy at all. That is not healthy at all. I don't know who needed to hear that, but that's for somebody. That is not healthy. Sometimes you have to move yourself from the equation. You have to move yourself from you know, from the situation, from around people. Sometimes you just have to do it, right? Because sometimes people get so familiar with you that they don't value you anymore. You know, you're not valuable to them anymore because you're so accessible. They know you're there every day. They know you're going to be there for them. And they no longer value what you have to offer. Other people see your value. Other people see that you're valuable. They know you got it going on. They know what you bring to the table. They know. But the people right there underneath you, they don't see it. And they don't cherish it and value it. Like they say, you don't miss a good thing until it's gone. You don't value and miss a good thing until it is gone because you didn't appreciate it when you had it. Right? Some people can get so self-centered and they can get so cocky and arrogant, thinking you're always going to be there. God could come move you right now off the face of the earth, and people just think you're going to just be there forever. They think they have time. Right? But I didn't want to get on that. But anyways, you have to switch it up. Switch it up in your business. Switch it up in, like I said, your friendship. Switch up the way you go home every day. You know? Change it up. Switch up your wardrobe. Switch it up. And it's okay. Get out and do something that you wouldn't dare do by yourself. Whatever you said you would not dare do by yourself, do that thing. Do that thing. I love going places by myself. There was a time where I used to always wanted to get people to go with me. Like, you know, I'm always trying to invite somebody, which I hang out now. I go on a lot of lunch dates with, you know, different friends and acquaintances and, you know, old coworkers and stuff. You know, I go out on a lot of lunch dates. I love going out to eat now. I love going out to eat, network, and socialize. And that's just part of who I am. I love doing that type of stuff. But I do enjoy being by myself. I do enjoy spending time by myself. Right? I'm okay if I have someone with me or if I don't have someone with me. Because I know how to mingle. Okay, I can go somewhere by myself and you would swear I went there with somebody. I just came from an event a few hours ago that I went to by myself, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed networking. I enjoyed, you know, listening to the speakers and learning. I enjoyed that. I enjoy that type of stuff because that is the only way you're going to grow. Right? You can't be afraid of going places by yourself. You know, you may not always have someone to go with you. And to be honest, there's not a lot of people that will be going on your journey with you. You will meet people along the way, but the journey that God has you on, it's a self journey. You're going to have to do that thing alone. And it's okay. You will meet people. You will meet kingdom connections. You will network and meet different people. You just have to switch it up. You have to be okay. Excuse me. You have to be okay with. Hey, Mama Tia. Oh, how are you doing? Oh, nice. I'm glad you're here, Mama T. I was trying to read. You know, I be trying to read without getting distracted because I get distracted. I go to read and just get all, you know. But what I was talking about is just switching things up a little bit, you know. Just switching things up a little bit. And it's okay. Like sometimes I know we get so comfortable. We get so comfortable doing the same thing over and over. right? We get comfortable doing things that are not working. We get comfortable with staying places that are not working for us, staying on jobs that are not working, staying in relationships that are no longer working, you know, keeping friends around that's no longer, working, friendships. And it's okay. It's okay to switch things up a little bit. It's okay to let people live their life. See, I was one of those type of people who, and I didn't understand this because I still had some unhealed traumas that I had to deal with. Sometimes it's hard to let people go when, you have that spirit of rejection. You want to hold on to everyone. You want to hold on to them even if they're not good for your mental health, even if they're not good for your spirit. You tend to want to hold on to people because of that rejected spirit, right? But before I was healed, I wanted to hold on to all my friends from pre-K. Look, from kindergarten, I'm trying to hold on to all my friends and people who I've met in elementary and middle school and high school. You want to hold on to everybody, and you can't. Life doesn't operate like that. And once I've learned that, it was easier for me to navigate and walk in my purpose, right? It started being easier for me to understand that, hey, these people, everyone is not meant to be around me for a lifetime, right? Everyone is not meant to be around me for a lifetime. Some people are just the lesson. And I had to learn that some people were just the lesson. Even some of the families, some of you all were born into, those families they were just gateways. They were doors for you to come through and learn lessons. I know we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it because, everyone think that the world is this cookie cutter way. Like everybody just think they're born into these loving and caring families. And a lot of people don't have that. I'm sorry. A lot of people don't have that. Everybody don't have that. Everybody don't have that. And everybody is not called. Everyone is not chosen. The chosen people or the chosen one's experience is like nobody else's experience. What I'm talking about, the average person is probably listening to me like, what in the world she's talking about? She sounds crazy. Or, they come and they, judge what I'm saying because they haven't experienced what I'm talking about. This is not their message. But the people who resonate, they know exactly what I'm talking about. The people that this message resonate with, they'll tell you to the T that they've experienced some of the same things. If not the same things, worse. Worse. Right? But I had to learn that everybody's not a lifetime, a lifetime connect. And it's okay. And when you're on your journey, right? And when you're going through your transformation, and I had to be delivered from this. I always wanted to take people with me. When God was taking me to do all these different speaking engagements and talk to the teenagers and do all these different events, I'm always trying to recruit people and take them with me. Oh, you want to go here? You want to go there? And it wasn't their journey. It was not their journey. I remember one of my first events, I had to go to Washington, D.C. by myself. I flew to Washington. And I never been that far by myself. Okay? So, exactly, Mama Tia, you got to switch it up. So, I never been to D.C. by myself. Now, I don't know about you all, but there was a time in 2019, look this up now, because if my memory served me well, and I think it do, and still to this day, they don't advertise stuff about women who look like me. And I'm trying to monitor what I say, watch what I say because YouTube, strike you, right? But during this time, women look like me disappear left and right, like just vanishing. Around this time when I was going to DC, and mostly it was in that area. And I'm like, I can't be going over there, Lord. I don't want to go over there. But it was just this urgent, this push in me to go to DC. And also, too, I couldn't allow the spirit of fear to hinder me for me to do what it is that God was telling me to do. So I went way to DC, flew way over to DC, and God just looked out for me during that time because so many good things happened, right? But I went way over there to go to this event just to get a message for me. I had to go way to DC to get one message. I had to deal with one thing, and I know God was talking to me. You know, when God's talking to you, you feel that thing down in your shanana. Me and my sister talking about it deep down in your soul, right? You feel it way down there. And at that time, 2019, I had been running from some situations that I should have been dealt with, but out of fear, because of my, fear of don't want to make anyone upset, don't want to make them mad, right? I didn't want to make people mad and didn't want to, when you're chosen, you a person of peace. We don't like conflict like that. But now if we're pushed, we'll stand up. Now we're not pushovers, especially not the chosen ones God raising up now who's waking up. We're not pushovers. We're very kind people. We don't start nothing. We're not evil-hearted. We don't provoke and just start things with people for no reason. For some reason, foolishness always tends to come find us, because when people see that light in the chosen ones, they tend to get jealous. They tend to become envious. They want to be a hater. I'm going to tell it how it is. They want to be a hater, and they don't want you to be so great. They don't want you to be so great. They don't want you to shine your light, right? They don't want you to shine your light. They don't want you to walk in the spirit of truth. They don't want you to do what's right. Because one thing I know about people, they don't feel good until they know everybody around them is doing what they're doing. Have you ever noticed that? And I don't want to jump all over the place, but people don't feel good until you are doing what they're doing. Or they'll get jealous and try to provoke you to do what they're doing. If they're not doing what they're supposed to do, they want you to do the same thing. And when you refuse to do it, you become public enemy number one. This is in a family relationship. This is on jobs. This is in relationships, marriages, unfortunately. When you marry someone who's not equally yoked with you. This is in friendships, among siblings. It's everywhere. When you're not doing what they want you to do, or you're not going with the crowd, you become public enemy number one. Yes, you do. But I was talking about something before that. I lost my train of thought. What I was talking about before that? Yeah, but we don't bother anyone. Yes, we don't bother anybody. And we don't bother anyone. We try to do what's right. Exactly. Betsy, they always want you to conform, but you have to be strong and you have to keep walking in righteousness, right? You got to be strong and continue to be you, and don't be afraid. And don't be afraid to do what it is that God is calling you to do. You can't be afraid to stand out and be, stand up for truth and stand up for righteousness and just stand firm. Because people will hate you when you don't conform. They will hate you when you don't say yes, when you don't agree, when you don't, one thing I don't like about people is that I could agree I could love everybody, and I do. I don't care what you do. Like, I don't care what you do, how you are, right? I can still like you, love, and respect. But it's just something about when the chosen ones don't agree with something. It's something about when we say, I don't agree with that. Oh, it's like people world crumble. But they just said they didn't agree with something you agree with, and you didn't do anything. You respect their opinion and their beliefs. But when you do it, right? When you say, I don't stand with that. I don't agree with that. When you do it, oh, it's a problem. And people seem to want to change your perspective. You're not trying to change anyone else's perspective, but they try to change what you believe and how you believe and how you see it. No. That's not what we're going to do. That's not what we are going to do. And I'm not sure why it's like that, but it's just some people just can't stand from when we say, okay, no, we're not going to agree. Or no, I don't believe in that. Or no, this was what I believe in. But you can agree with whatever they got going on. You say, okay, cool. Because we understand that we're not in control of anyone else. We are in control of ourselves. But we also have our own beliefs and what we stand for, right? Exactly. They exactly know we mean what we say, and we stand on it. It's like, I'm not here to try to change people's perspective about the world and what they believe. That's not my job. I'm not here to change anyone's perspective. I'm just a seed planter. I just plant the seed. God got to do the watering, and he sent other people to water the seed. Because I understand people, when their mind is made up about something, there's nothing you could do to change it. There's nothing you can do to change it. And you waste your time trying to convince and get someone to conform and to believe what you believe. You're wasting a lot of precious time. But I wanted to come talk to y'all about switching things up a little bit. I will be switching things up a little bit, especially on this page. I still will be coming, delivering messages, but also I will be holding classes, because I really can't say a lot of things I want to say that are just the truth and straight to the point. Like, if you don't want direct, direct information, I'm not the person for you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm going to be honest, and that's all I can say. If you don't want it raw, real, straight and to the point, I don't think my coaching groups, and my classes, I don't think it'll be for you. I really don't think it'll be. Right? So I'm going to be switching things up a little bit. I'm going to be offering more classes coming up. Like I said before, this is not a class for me trying to get rich. This is for you to make an investment, a small investment. And I will be bringing more group coaching sessions, right? Also, my private sessions are available, but the group coaching sessions are what we will be, what I'll be focusing on, a lot. Repent Now, Stay. The group coaching sessions, yes, you can join that. Men can join the group coaching sessions, but one-on-one, I don't coach men one-on-one like that. Yeah, I think it's best for men. I said this before. Although we do have men in the, who are part of the membership. We have some men there. I got a few brothers in there. I have a few brothers a part of the membership, but I didn't coach them one-on-one, right? I think men should be coached by men. Not saying that women can't coach them, but that's not my expertise, right? So, but the group coaching, that's fine because it's group coaching and we're not targeting your specific areas, right? It's a group thing. So I just won't be talking to you one-on-one, right? So the one that's coming up on June 29th, we're going to be watching the movie Apple Mortgage Cake, and we're going to be discussing that movie. And I mentioned yesterday there's more information to come. So save the date for June 29th, right? We will be discussing that movie in a group coaching session, right? So you can save the date for that. It will be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's a little early, so you have to invest some time. You have to get up a little bit early. And I think the group session is going to be, I think it's going to be awesome, right? Because we get to say more. I get to say more, and you get to ask whatever questions you want to ask, where YouTube won't strike us, or, you know, we could be a little more intimate. Betsy Apple Mortgage Cake with Angela Logan. It was a very inspirational movie. Very inspirational. I can't wait to watch it again, and I can't wait to set up all of the information regarding the movie. I can't wait to set that up because it's going to be so, it's going to be so awesome. So you have to make a small investment because we're going to discuss that movie. But you're going to look at, this is what I'm going to do. You're going to watch the movie, right? And I'm telling you here because I'm going to post the same information. You're going to watch the movie, but also you're going to watch the movie comparing that movie to some instances or situations that happen in your life that's relatable, right? But I'm going to have more specific questions when I post it. I'm going to have some specific questions, but you're looking at the movie, comparing it to your life. Like what nuggets, what lessons you can pull from the movie that is relatable to your life, right? But I'm going to post a question so we'll have more of a, I guess, a foundation of, why we're looking at the movie or what to look for also in the movie. But I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be fun and interesting. And I believe that a lot of people are going to be able to receive some type of healing, right? Only because now you're asking yourself some of the right questions. And you have a movie now that you can compare your life to, compare whatever you're going through to. You got something to compare it to. But it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Hey, JR, I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? I hope everything is well with you. I haven't seen you in a long time popping up on here. See, I notice things now. You see, I notice. But it's going to be awesome. And like I said, it's going to be a small investment. And I can't wait to have it. I can't wait. So I'm going to prepare myself for it. Watch the movie. Oh, amen to that, JR. But I really do miss you on here. I miss seeing you. It's been a long time. Been months. I thought you ghosted me. But I know how it is. Sometimes you have to take a break from social media and in any event, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. I've been working on myself. You see, JR, you see me glowing? You see me glowing, JR? You know, I've been doing my inner work. I've been healing. Listen, I've been digging and gutting my spirit. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I've been focused, doing the work on myself. That's how I can come talk to you all. I've been working. I've been doing everything I needed to do to get myself to a healthy place, whole and healed place. I've been doing a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work. And one thing about me, I don't like things holding me down. I don't like things hindering me. Whatever I got to do to unhook myself to unhinge, whatever, I'm doing it. Whatever I got to do to free myself, I'm doing it, period. If I got to forgive you, I'm gonna forgive you. I have to let go, because I don't like things holding me down. Because when we don't forgive, that's what it does. It holds us in place. It keeps us stagnant and stuck spiritually, mentally, and sometimes physically. When we don't let go, it holds us down. And I don't like to be held down. I'm a free bird. I like to be free. I'm too outgoing to be stuck in unforgiveness. I'm too outgoing. I'm too kind. I'm too happy. I'm too much of a people. Extroverted. I'm too extroverted to be around here with this negative, toxic energy exuding from me, because I don't want to forgive. I can't do it. My spirit won't allow me to do it. Whatever I got to go do to sit myself down and heal, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. I'm just not average. I'm not the average Joe. I don't put myself up there, but I don't like things consuming me now. I don't like intrusive thoughts. I don't like rumination. I don't like fear. I don't like anxiety. I don't like depression. And all of that, what I just named, comes from unforgiveness. Whatever I got to do to let go, if I got to journal, if I got to write, I forgive such and such 1,000,000 times, I'm going to be in my book. My hand's going to be like this, stuck, because I'm writing so much. Yes. Look, my hand will be stuck whatever I have to do, I'm doing it. Forgive, be on the altar, snot, cry, whatever I got to do, get deliverance. I just don't like things holding me down. I don't like it. I forgive, let go. Pray for folks. God bless you. I want you to be prosperous. Whatever you touch, that's why God tells us to pray for our enemies. Listen, whatever you touch, I pray that it prosper. I pray your relationship prosper, your next marriage. Okay? Look, I'm speaking life to it. Who? God say, bless your enemies. You bless them. Whatever you touch, I pray you be successful on your job. Anything you touch, I pray that it's success. And you got to mean it too now. You got to mean it. Your children, I want your children to be blessed. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not going to let things hold me back. Nope. Because you can't move forward. You can't move forward. When you stuck in unforgiveness and you want to wish people harm, and you just want God to get them. We'll pray to God get people in a minute. Get them, God. No, you don't have to pray for that. You don't have to pray for that. That's not what God said. Yes. Listen, you can't be trying to say sick them, God. No, it's built in the law. It's already built. You reap what you sow. It's already built in it. That's why it's a chosen one. Let me tell you a secret. Let me tell y'all something. God is so loving and kind to the chosen ones. And y'all better be thankful that God gave y'all the heart and the spirit you have. Because you would be experiencing much more pain that we've been through a lot of pain, not by some of the stuff by what we did, right? But the majority of it not by what we did. It was because of who we are. Right? If y'all understand what I'm saying. A lot of things we went through, it was not because of something we did. Some of the things we did do now. I'm not saying we're just as perfect and we're walking on. No, I'm not saying that. But the majority of the things, people just mistreated us because of the light and because of you were different, right? But God loved us so much as the chosen ones, his chosen vessels. He built in you a heart of gold, which means all those people who mistreated you all, right? The people who mistreated you, your family, your spouses, your siblings, those people who mistreated you, you still have the heart you have, and you don't even have the heart to mistreat them. You can't do what they've done to you back to them. You can't do what they did to you back because your heart won't let you. We better thank God for that, because if we had the hearts to return evil for evil, we'll be in a worse situation. We would be in a worse situation. So we better thank God that we don't have that dark heart to treat people how they treated us, to mistreat us, to mistreat them for no reason. Right? They better be, we better be thankful. Not they, we better be thankful. What I'm saying is, be thankful that you don't have the heart to return the evil, because what's going to happen, what's coming for them is things they have sown, they're going to reap. They're going to reap that. So just imagine if you did eat. Know why God tell us, don't do evil for evil. Don't do evil unto people because it was done to you. Because you're just going to create a cycle. Because whatever you sow, you shall reap. Whatever you sow, and that goes both ways. People think it's just, this little saying, oh, you're going to reap what you sow. No. If you as the chosen one do something, you're going to reap it too. But that's why your heart is how it is. It's built in you not to return evil. Because if you had that heart to return evil, you're just setting yourself up for failure. And I know people call us crazy sometimes. They talk about us. They say we weak. They say we too nice. But they don't understand how powerful a chosen one really is. Oh, he sure will fight for us, Kerry Montgomery. He already fighting for us because he didn't create us with that heart, with that dark heart to just mistreat somebody because you don't like them, because their light is too bright, or because you can't control them. A lot of people hate the chosen ones because you can't be controlled. You don't conform. You don't go along and do what everybody does. Now you can be a little passive now. You passive. You can be a little passive because you want to keep the peace. But you can't be controlled. We're going to do what we feel is right to do. We're going to do what we know was right to do. We can't help that. We can't help because we stand on truth. Now people say they stand on business. The chosen ones stand on truth. And we can't help that we stand on truth because it's in our wiring. We wired that way. We can't untruth ourselves. Like they say, unfollow somebody. We can't untruth ourselves. It's built in us. Oh yeah, God fighting for us, especially in these times, Laura. I tell people, y'all better leave. If y'all know y'all bothering somebody and they got that light on them, they chosen. This is the season to leave them people alone. Leave the chosen ones alone. I'm telling y'all. Things are not working out right for people who's attacking the chosen ones for no reason. Yes, we are, Laura. Strong, good people, loving people. You got somebody in your corner forever. You got somebody to go to the moon and back for you. If you say you want to rock off the moon, they going up there to get you a rock off the moon. Not only will they get you a rock off the moon, they going to bring you the best rock off the moon, the biggest one. They're going to bring you the biggest one. And they'll do it with pride and happiness, too. Do it in a good spirit. You got yourself, when you get a chosen one, you got yourself a what they say, ride or die. And I want to say ride or die. You got someone who's loyal, committed, who's loving, who knows how to fight for you, not only physically, because they'll probably fight for you too if it's for the right reason. But most of the time, they will talk you out of looking at it from the truth, right? They'll tell you to look at it to try to destabilize the situation, to look at how you can handle things better. But if they had to fight, you best believe they'll fight for you. They not only fight for you physically, they also fight for you spiritually. They fight for you in prayer. When you fall on their mind, they say, sis, I'm just thinking about you. Right? When you're good to them, not now. When you're good to them, I'm just thinking about you, sis. Sending you some, love, send you some, virtual love. I do that to my friend all the time. I say, hey, honey, I'm just sending you some virtual hugs. They'll check on you. They can feel when you not pulling away. They can feel when things going on. And they'll cover you in prayer. And they won't take it personal because they know you got your own life and you got things going on. And they're not taking it personal, getting mad because you're not talking to them. And they don't do all that. The healed chosen ones now, because the unhealed chosen ones, they do all that craziness, get mad and stuff. You got to heal. You can't be taking everything personal. The broken chosen ones who still doing the work, they take a lot of things personal. Ask me how I know. They take it personal. And you can't do that. You can't take everything so personal because people got their life. Your friends and loved ones, they're going through things that they don't tell you about. They don't tell you everything. They don't tell you everything because everything is not meant for you to, that's another thing. Everything is not meant for, it's not meant for us to know every intricate detail about our friends and families and, what everybody got going on in their life. Just pray about it, Lord. If you want one, pray about it. He'll send you one. There's good people out there, Laura. Trust me. There's good people out there. There are people that God is working on, teaching them how to be a friend. Because a lot of people just don't know how to be a friend. A lot of people don't know how to be a friend. And when you have a good friend, even if it's one good friend closer to you, sometimes you got friends that you're closer to than your own siblings. And the Bible talks about that. What is that verse? Having a friend closer than a brother. Friendships are, and I know people talk about, I ain't talking about all this fake friendship. People just got these friendships for looks. You got people who got these friendships just for looks and likes and, same, what it is, the girlfriend trip friends and all that. No, you need some real friends. You need real friends know when you going through things that you can't utter a word, and that friend gonna pick up on that thing in the spirit and cover you. Because sometimes things be so painful, you can't tell nobody. But a good friend who's tuned in with you, she gonna feel that. She gonna feel that. Friend, listen, I know you don't want to talk to me about what's going on, but I'm praying for you. I got you covered. Or let's pray, or let's go out to eat. Go on, let's go. I got you covered. That's what kind of friends you need. Not all this superficial stuff. Just to look good for the gram and to look good. No, you need good friends. And friends who reciprocate. Not friends who are draining you and you can't get a word in. You calling them and you're not having a conversation. You're not having a dialogue. You're having a monologue. They're the only ones talking. And as soon as you want to share something, I got to go. Or no, you want friendships. And just pray about it. God will send you good friends. He'll send you some good friends. He will. But first, you have to become the type of person that you want in a friend. Because sometimes we be wanting things, but we're not even that. I remember I saw this video. Look, and I don't say this to be, judgmental or this is just an example. I saw this video. This guy was asking questions, and he was asking these women, and this ain't no offense to women who got a little meat on their bones, okay? It's no offense to you. But my point is here, it was two, Caucasian girls, and the guy was like, what are you looking for in a man? Oh, I look for him to be, fit and going to the gym and this and that. And I'm looking, and the guy looked like, no, you don't want that, because you're not that, okay? My point is, she wasn't what she was looking for in the so-called person she was looking, wanted. No. In order to be friendly or attract friends, you got to show yourself friendly. Oh, I'm sorry that you have two of those, Laura. I'm sorry. Yes, Carrie, you really do. You really do. You really do. It's an energetic thing. It really is. It's almost like that scripture, as a man thinketh, so is he. It is, and it's true. It is. It's so true. Because I've always been the friendly person. I always had a lot of friends. Like in school, I won't say I wasn't popular, but I was likable. I was a likable person. Still like that to this day, where I can get along with everyone. I don't care where we are. I'm just a person that's my personality. I can get along with anyone. I'm very friendly. I'm kind. I'm not nice anymore. There's a difference between being nice and kind. Okay? Look that up. I'm not nice anymore, but I'm very kind. Nice just means like you just agreeing to get along and you don't want to rock the boat. No, I've become very controversial in some areas. Like when there's a need to be. I don't just go along anymore, But I'm very kind. I'm very understanding. You can be yourself around me. I don't care what you do. And that's honestly, I don't care what you do, as long as we can respect one another, right? I respect you and where you stand, and you respect me with where I stand. As long as we can do that, I get along with everyone. I'm not trying to convert or change you or, make you. That's not my job. That's not my job. No. My job is to be the light, be respectful, be kind, treat people like human. That's my job. Make everybody feel welcome and loved. That's my job. I don't have time for foolishness. I don't like being around people who's into foolishness. Always got to be, wanting a lot of attention and, bringing unnecessary attention to themselves. And I don't like that spirit of pride. I'm going to be honest. I don't like that spirit of pride that wants to just want everybody to look at them, look at me, always seeking attention. I don't like that. That rubs me. I can't even be around that. It rubs me the wrong way. I'm going to be honest. It rubs me the wrong way. You got to be doing the most to get attention. You got to be doing the most to make sure people know you're there. The strongest person in the room is the quietest. The strongest person in the room is the quietest. That's the strongest. I never understood that when I was growing up. Now I understand it now. Not the loudest. It's the quiet one. And when I mean quiet, quiet in spirit, not just in, just quiet, just not saying anything. Because that's not, that timidity and being shy, that's not of God. Being timid and shy, no, your spirit is quiet. You really got to pray, Laura, against that. Exactly, Carrie. It does. It does. I always want attention. I always got to do the most. Like, I've been in spaces where I could just tell when people are insecure, like they're very insecure because their spirit is loud. They got too much going on, you know. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all know what I mean, but their spirit is loud. It's like they want people to see them. They got all this stuff going on the outer, but I can see straight through their spirit, their soul. They're hurt. They're broken. Not everybody, but a lot of people I can tell. Like when you have too much going on, it's like you're trying to overcompensate, right? You're trying to overcompensate. And that's why people who are very loud in spirit will get upset when someone is in there and their spirit is quiet. They don't look the part, but everybody gravitates toward them. Everybody is intrigued or interested in them because of their spirit. Their spirit has drawn them. People could tell when too much is going on. You're too loud in your spirit. People could tell. I know I can. I don't gravitate toward people whose spirits are too loud. They got too much going on. Look, I can feel all that. It's too much chaos. And then I understand why I used to repel people. When I was broken, I understand why I used to repel people when I wanted to get close to them or I felt like they'll be a good friend. But now, once I did my healing, I realized that I propelled with my energy. I propelled, like pushed those people away. I pushed them away because my energy, I had too much going on. You can come as if you in good, like you're a good person or a good spirit, but your energy is loud. Because I could feel. I pass by people. I'm like, oh, they got too much going on. Look, I was sitting in my car yesterday, just last night. Go back and watch my video. And somebody walked across my car. I stopped my whole life I did a pause for about 5 seconds. That person had too much going on. Their spirit just was so noisy. Like they got too much going on. And I'm like, poor thing. Poor thing. Exactly, Carrie. Exactly. The best thing God did for me, let me tell y'all. The best thing God did for me, and I had to submit, is, see you later, Laura. See you later. Thank you for tuning in, dear. The best thing he did for me is put me in a place of isolation. Isolation and separation. Still in that place kind of a little bit, but he took me to that place for a while. And he had to uproot a lot of things in me. He had to uproot so many things in me. That was the best thing that could have happened. It didn't feel good in the beginning. God knows it didn't feel good in the beginning. It did not feel good. I did not want to go through it. I kicked and screamed and tried to stop it. But it was hard, and guess what? I thank God that it happened because I was able to hear him more. He showed me a lot of things that could have been prevented if I would have just been quiet in the times where I was just busy and going and going. A lot of things could have been prevented. But because I was so caught up and busy, I wasn't able to hear him. Oh, but when I was in that isolation for almost a year, I heard everything. I heard him. So like that Verizon wireless commercial. Can you hear me now? Is that Verizon or T-Mobile? Who is that? Verizon or T-Mobile? Can you hear me now? And so I had to, sit down and listen. And that's the thing about social media. We got to be careful, very careful. With TikTok, I deleted my Facebook. And I only got the rest of the channels for business purposes. But my personal Facebook, I deleted it. Because we got to be very careful. And I'm very careful too, even with YouTube. But I know this is, where God has me. But we got to be very careful with all this social media, with all this Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. TikTok is something, TikTok, time is ticking. But YouTube, we got to be careful with all this social media and getting caught up in Netflix and all these different things that are keeping us distracted to where we are not listening to what God is telling us. We're so distracted and undisciplined to where we don't spend no time with God, no personal time in prayer, no personal time in meditation. We're always just busy. We're always busy doing things, busybodying, just wasting time, looking at videos, strolling TikTok, on Facebook, on this. We got to make sure we have control and discipline. Because if not, we're going to lose our grounding. We're going to lose footing. And it's not healthy. And it's not healthy at all. I had to catch myself. It was one time years ago. And I had to catch myself. And it was a day that I wasn't going to do anything. So I sat in the bed on Facebook, got up out the bed. I'm going to tell the truth, shame the devil. Because somebody need to hear this. I hadn't even washed my face. Just nasty. I'm going to be honest. I hadn't washed my face. You know how you roll over? Didn't even thank God for waking me up this morning. But I got that phone. This happened years ago. It was about 7 years ago, 8 years ago. This don't make it right because it was years ago. Still relevant. But I remember I rolled over, looked at my phone, got on Facebook. And that was about 10 something. Because, I was going to sleep in. It was a late day. That was about 10 something. And before you know it, when I look back up at the time, I think it was about 4 o'clock. And I just sat there in the bed on Facebook doing nothing. Wasting time. And when I caught myself, I said, you wasted all this time on Facebook doing nothing. Strolling. You could have, that was 7 hours of your time. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hours of your time you wasted. You could have read the word. You could have cleaned up. You could have went to exercise, prepared your healthy meal, something positive I could have did. But I sat on Facebook, wasting time. And I said, I'll never do that again. Ever. Now, did I waste a lot of time on Facebook after that? Yes, I did. But it wasn't those 6 hours. I made sure of that. I had to adjust my perspective and my mindset to where I'm not just wasting time, because we don't get it back. If it's not purposeful, we don't get that back. So we got to be careful. Be very careful. Because everything is after our time, and we don't get it back. We don't get it back. That's why I made it a habit to repent daily. Because I'm like, I may not get a chance. I may get distracted or something. Lord, I repent. Whatever sins, like I just try to keep my mind in the perspective, like, what did I do today? Like, did I do something? Did I say something, knowing or unknowing? Lord, forgive me. I just kind of keep keep that in the forefront of my mind. Lord, who do I need to forgive? And it's not easy, but once you keep doing it, it'll become a habit. Who I need to forgive? Who I need to ask to forgive me? Did I say anything to anyone to Because we get so caught up and we think we got time. I don't know why I'm getting back on this. I mentioned this earlier. Now I'm back to it. We think we have time. We don't have the time that we think we have. We don't have the time that we think we have. And I know we don't want to look at it. We don't want to talk about it because, black folk don't want to talk about death. We don't want to talk about death. We want to plan for death. We don't want to buy no, we don't want to plan no funeral arrangements until, I know we'll let somebody else do that. No, you can pre-plan. You can pre-plan what you want done before you check out of here. Because we're going to check out. Whether we want to or not, we getting up out of here. We are not leaving here alive, okay? We are not leaving here alive. So I just pray and I ask God to help me to be obedient to when he tell me to do things, get certain things in order to do it. To do it. Because I just don't want, to me, when I leave, I don't want to leave chaos and confusion and, it's already hard. I don't know if you all ever had to plan a funeral, to really be the person to plan it. But it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing, especially if the person don't have life insurance, especially if the person don't have anything planned out, like everything is on you to do. It's not an easy thing. We taking that dirt nap one day. I never heard that. I like that. Yes, back to the dirt we go. And it's not an easy thing. But at the same time, it need to be talked about. Something need to be written out so your loved ones will know what to do. So they'll know what to do, know what to do with your belongings, know what to do with your stuff, know how to get rid of your stuff, know what to keep, what not to keep. That's something we need to talk about. Especially if you got young kids who you want to take care of your kids if something were to happen to you. Because you can't trust everybody with your kids. And even the ones you think you can trust, that's why you got to pray, ask God to cover them. Even the ones you think you could trust, you really can't trust them. Because when people leave here, folks treat you different. When the person you know is going to take care of you and they check out of here, people are not going to be there for you like they say they were. They're not going to take care of your kids like they said they would. I've seen it too many times. Hope y'all can y'all hear me? Someone tried to call me and I had to reject the call. Let me know if you can hear me. But sometimes when someone called, it'll kick my volume out. The sound will go out. So let me know if you can hear me. Let me know. I don't want to talk until you all let me know. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Denise. But yeah, sometimes it'll kick me out. But what I was getting ready to say. Oh yeah, we got to make sure, when people leave here who hey Crystal, when people leave here and they had your back, or say you were being raised by, your mom, and your mom left, right? Your mom passed away, and now your grandmother got to raise you, or vice versa. Your grandmother was raising you, now aunt have to raise you. That person who loved you, who left, right? They're no longer here, so the person who got to take care of you, right? They're not going to do it, especially if you're young, right? They don't want to do it. They're going to treat you different. It's not all the time, but sometimes they'll treat you different because you don't have anybody else. Now you just have them. And people tend to treat you different when you need them. When they know you ain't got nobody else, or, no one else there for you, and you can't go to no one else in the family, they'll treat you different. And that's why these things, you got to discuss these things with your children. Talk about this stuff. Teach them all that you can while you're here. Teach them how to survive without you. Teach them how to take care of things without you. You can't teach them everything because it's impossible, but teach them the things that will help them survive. Teach them how to, you know, get a career or a business that'll help them sustain themselves when you leave. You know, we all want to pray and hope that we're here, but it don't always go how we plan, okay? Life don't always go how we plan. And prepare these kids to, you never could prepare a person for death, right? But you have to talk about it so the blow won't be so hard. Because we don't talk about death anymore. You know, my grandmother always talked about death. So when she died, I wasn't as devastated. She raised me, and she was like, I don't want you hooping and hollering over me. Don't hoop and holler over me. But she put enough in me to sustain me that I'll be able to take care of myself. But she talked about her dying. Don't cry over me. Don't do this. Don't do that. She didn't write it down. But she's talking about it enough so when she died, it registered. My grandma didn't want this. My grandma didn't want that. She said, don't do this. She said, you know, so it was easier. You got to still live with, you know, you got to move on with your life. Some people, when we have loved ones to leave, we be devastated. And some people can't move on. But you got to talk and teach these kids they don't have to move on. I repeat it to my kids a lot, but they don't like to hear it. It's not that I want to die or speak in death, but I'm always reminding them, you got to be able to sustain yourself. I'm trying to teach you this so you can sustain yourself just in case if I leave here. Exactly. And then that's another thing, T-Von. Sometimes when our loved ones leave, we see a lot that they protected us from. They shielded us from a lot of things. They shielded us from a lot of things, and they took the brunt of the, you know, the family foolishness that they protected you from. Because sometimes your parents will protect you from all the family foolishness, and you don't see that until they leave. You like, dang, I see why my mama never went around. I see why my grandma never went around. I see why this. I see you go to seeing things. A lot of things are revealed, but it's best to talk about this stuff so these kids will know. So, you know, they'll know. That's how curses continue, because we never talk about it. And we wonder why we stagnated and stuck. We wonder why we stagnated because we dealing with the curse. You can do everything. You can do everything right. You don't did everything right. And things still not happening right for you. Because that thing is bigger than you. You called yourself raising them kids right. You don't did everything you supposed to do. That you thought, that the world said you should do. You raised them kids right. You brought them up right. You taught them well. You looking like, well, where this stuff coming from? I never did this in front of you. I never smoked in front of you. I never did drugs. I never did this. I never did that. And you wondering what happened? The bloodline is what happened. Just because you didn't do it, it skipped you and it went to your kids. It went to your kids. But that's another thing. We'll get on. That'll be something deeper. That's a whole deeper. That's another conversation right there. That's deeper, and I'll be on here another hour talking about that. Look, we'll be on here forever. But I just wanted to come bring you all that message. Time to switch it up. Time to switch it up. That was the topic. You got to switch it up. You got to change some things. Okay. Change some things, and it's okay to change things. It's okay. Listen to my people that look like me. It's time to switch it up. You got to go. You got to learn God in a new way. It's the same God, but you can't access him how you've been accessing him because it ain't working. It's not working for you. It is not working. You're going to have to get a personal relationship. You going to church 365 days out of the year and you still struggling and going through what you're going through. It's time to switch it up. It's time to do something different. And I'm not talking about going into, getting into all this worldly garbage and no, I'm saying you got to access God in a new way. You got to get personal. Because, we grew up in the church, us brown folk. We lived in church. And I'm not saying it didn't work. I'm not saying it didn't work. But what I am saying is it's time to switch it up. Because you know of God. Oh, they taught us. We know of him. But it's time for us to get a relationship. And it's time for us to believe what we know. Because you can go to church all you want to, but if you don't believe, you're going to do the same thing over and over. The same thing over and over. It's time to get a deeper relationship with him. Personal and deeper. Not all this surface level, routine, same, redundant, like cookie cutter. It got to be deeper than that. Exactly, Vaughn. You get the same thing for the same thing. Listen, that relationship has to be personal and intimate. Just like you trying to get to know that man, it's time for you to get to know the man. Look, because women sure know how to get intimate and personal, trying to find out how to get to know a man and what he like and do. No, you got to get your relationship with God. Exactly, JR. Exactly. Faith without works is dead. And it got to become personal. You can't be going to church. And this is what we've been taught. And I'm going to say this and I got to go. Because, people get mad when regular folks go to talking like this. If you ain't got no title and you ain't been to seminary, they don't validate what you got to say, It probably wasn't meant for me to say that because I don't forget what I'm going to say. It wasn't meant for me to say that. But that relationship got to be personal. It got to be personal. Oh, I was going to say, don't wait till Sunday to connect to God. You should be doing it throughout the week. That's what I was going to say. It shouldn't take Sunday for you to go and get in his presence. You should be getting in his presence at your house. You should be in his presence now. Trying to figure out what it is you need to do to get closer. You can miss church the whole month. You can not go to church for a whole month and still have a relationship with God. Because he's with you. He's not in that building. COVID should have taught us that. If 2020 didn't teach us nothing, 2020 should have taught us your relationship with God is what matters. Your personal relationship in your house is what's matter. That is what matter. It matters the relationship you have with him. Because when y'all couldn't go to the church, people scared to go to the church, you still should have had your relationship. And to be honest, that's when my relationship got a little bit stronger. I went deeper. I went deeper. I forgot all about the surface stuff, all the religious stuff they talking about. You can't wear this. You can't wear that. You can't. All that they were talking about. I got a deeper relationship. I'm like, Lord, I know the world is going through something and I got to tap in. Exactly. I got to tap in. And that's what the world has trained us to do, to wait on Sunday. That's why most of us, and look, that's why and I'm going to say we, because I was one. That's why when I grew up in the church, that's the reason I was able to do this foolishness so boldly. And I ain't judging nobody because everybody got their way and they're going to have to figure it out. That's one thing I don't do is judge, because people throw that quick, don't judge me. What you're not judging, you're just telling the truth. And we don't like to be told what to do. That's why I was able to go to the club on Saturday and pop up in church on Sunday with no conviction. No conviction. As if it was the normal thing to do. Clubbing on Saturday and just go to church on Sunday like ain't nothing. Like that's something, that's the right thing to do. And we just did it like it wasn't nothing. Especially on New Year's. Like being in church gonna send us to heaven. Like we done been out there clubbing and dropping and popping. Then when midnight come, you running over to the church. Like that's the type of mindset like that was created. It don't make sense. We got to do something different and deeper. We got to do something different and deeper. That relationship got to be personal. And God will send you to the right church. He'll send you when you need to be in the building. Oh, he gonna send you. He will send you. Oh, me too, Vaughn. I was in there Monday through Sunday, like a job, like a shift. Look, I was on shift work at church. Seems like my grandmother didn't play, and I thank her for it though. I thank her for it, but it's time to go and do something deeper and personal. We got to get more deeper. We can't be riding off our grandmother's, belief. We can't be riding off our mother's belief. What they believe is not going to get us to where we need to be. We can't be doing this ain't no hand-me-down faith. We got to get our own faith. Look, we got to get our own faith and belief. God, we'll say in a minute, I was raised up in the church and my grandmother's a pastor and all this here. No. Do you believe? I don't care what title your family members got. Do you believe? And are you doing what you're supposed to do? Because we'll throw that up. Exactly. We'll throw it up in a minute. Like we're going to slide on and get, connected with God over our grandmother's faith, our grandfather's faith. No, we got to get our own. We got to get our own faith. Own faith, own belief, own relationship. We got to get to know him for ourselves. We got to do the work. And that's another thing, we don't want to do the work. Another thing is we don't want to do the work. We want to slide in off our grandmother's. It don't work like that. We're old enough now. They covered us when we were younger and we didn't know. We're old enough. So you all, I got to go. I've been on here a long time. So, but be on the lookout. I am going to do that Apple Mortgage Cake group coaching session. And I look forward to seeing you all in the room. I will be posting the information here shortly. I have the flyer created and the information. The group, my membership should have already got the information, like just the details, but I'm going to create the flyer too. You're welcome, JR. I miss you though. Welcome back. Oh, thank you, Denise Vineyard. Thank you. So we're going to do that. And you get to meet me on video in person. And I get to meet you all because when you come, you have to turn on your camera so we can see faces. You won't be sitting back there hiding in the cut. We need to see faces. Okay? We need to see faces so you can come in and get the information that you need to move forward on your journey. But the movie is very inspirational. It's going to be June 29th from 10 to 12. And I look forward to seeing you in the room. Okay? So I'll be coming back on, giving you more information and talking a little bit more about it. Okay? So you all be blessed. And let me go. I had a little bit of grocery in the car from BJ's. So let me go take that home. And you all be blessed.